does your company have a management system? And we touched a little bit on this earlier in the internal compliance. Kind of describe for those that may not necessarily be fully invested in these systems, what it might look like, and what is potentially an opportunity that we can look at.
So management systems, I guess, generally speaking, it's this broad term. It's about how you manage your business. What do you have in place to manage the way you do business? Yeah. And management systems encompasses, of course, HSE that we've kind of focused on, but it's also human resource, it's operations. There's a number of things in a company's management system. Yeah. It could be very simple. It doesn't have to be hundreds of policies on various things. It can be very simple. It can be a set of rules. Sometimes it's encapsulated in, some of this stuff's encapsulated in an employee manual, or a handbook of some sort. But it's a set of guidelines for how to do business, and it's also some commitments that the company has on managing things and their risks and risks that could affect the environment, or it could be a human resource risk or operational safety risk. It's a way of managing those risks. And that's what it is in a nutshell. Taking that a step further, it can get compartmentalized, where different compartments within the company have their own sets of policies, standards, procedures in the way of operating that particular department. It can be as simple as keeping these in some kind of protected document structure or file structure on a server, which is a bit old school these days, but there's still that going on if it's managed properly. Or it can be in a document control system, kind of a check-in, check-out system. I've seen those. I've seen SharePoint systems. The one I think fallback on policies, if you read enough of these, they're typically in this format. It looks like a government regulation format where you have 2.3.4.5, and you've got all these kind of section numbers, and it's a lot of spacing. They're not easy to read for the layperson.
Not always.
And unfortunately, that's kind of the format of these policies. They're not friendly to read at all. Yeah. I would like to see an easier format evolve to keep it easier for the field. The way they look now, without even reading them, they're intimidating.
They are intimidating.
So anyway, that's my take on kind of management systems. And of course, it's not just having the policy in place; it's implementing the policy, documenting that you've implemented, having the training around the implementation piece, and the internal audit. So that's kind of the management system there. It can take a lot of different forms. So,
well, 88% of our audience today has a management system in place, and 13% suggested that they need to continue working on that. So there's a good portion of the audience today that has that in place and is practicing that. And degrees of success and degrees of compliance is kind of a relative term, I'm sure. And like you said, and we've talked about many times, it's a constant cycle of improvement. It's a constant change in updating this and training it and making sure that I did it, I have it, I taught it, and I can express our ability to move through this process.
Yeah, continuous improvement is the key. It's all about making it better, and it's always a works in progress. Always. Companies are very dynamic, and the regulations are dynamic, and it constantly needs to be refreshed. And it's good to get a cold set of eyes, and it's good to get input from operations. all these things make a management system better.
Are